She thought ignoring you will get you obsessed until things changed. You need to know one thing with women, with every lady that you approach, with the ladies that you admire. The moment you feel interested, you get involved with any lady, this is when everything gets more crazy, your feelings, your emotions, because she is your desire. So she changes how you perceive reality, or she enlightens your reality. Anytime you get involved with any lady in your life, be aware that psychologically women test men and they use a mental game on a man who doesn't understand what the universe wants. The universe wants the equilibrium energy. That is the state and the frequency that you need to operate. Doesn't matter if you feel interested, you want to date her, she's that much attractive. You have to maintain your frequency for you not to be tested more and not to encourage her to use a psychological or a mental game on you, because she will obviously use a game on you. The only way you can crash down her mental game so that she can realize that she is operating on a different lens that won't work for you is to maintain your own equilibrium, your own frequency. Now, I'm going to analyze down how your world works, how Hannah's world works, how reality works, and how each one of you are going to interact. And then eventually, when she thought she is in control, and even ignoring you wasn't enough because she added some mental game on it just to control you, she thought wrong. Rather, she applied the mental game on the wrong guy. Before we go to the drawing board, I want you to understand one thing. The universe only wants one thing, which is not trying to outsmart a woman's psychology and not trying to act down, because that reinforces, signals her to use that game in a different way. It doesn't matter how smart you are. When you try to be the smartest nigga, the universe will use a different energy to get you off center. And it will be her controlling you in a different lens. Let's just go direct to the drawing board so that we can understand fully what we are dealing with and why the psychological mental game of a woman will consistently bother you. They will consistently control you until you learn to deal with your own frequency without involving Hannah's frequency. What works for the humankind, it's what the universe created. It is what the universe prefers. And let's assume this is the universe that exists. Okay? There is only one thing that the universe wants: for you to have a fulfilling, happy life, and for Hannah to have a fulfilling, happy life, which is I don't know if that is the spelling. This is what the universe wants. This is what we define balance. All that is what we call balance of energy. Now, Hannah will never operate on balance because she is using psychology. So operating on the balance of energy, it will be hard for her. That is why she will consistently test you and use game on you so that she can get the balance that she thinks she needs, which is the psychological balance. But the psychological balance doesn't equal to energetic equilibrium. Energetic equilibrium is the different types of forces that makes the energy balanced when you are present in that moment. Is that making sense? Like every force and each of the forces that exist equals to a balanced energy of your existence. Isaac, before you meet Hannah, you will be operating on this type of frequency. And Hannah is operating on this type of frequency. Okay, these are examples. And then the energy that the universe wants is, we are assuming that this image resembles the type of energy that existed when you were a kid and you knew nothing about thinking. You have enough experience, now you are operating on a different frequency, yet this is the frequency and the consciousness that exists, and this is the only energy that the universe needs you to operate on. You are operating on this because you are using your past memories to operate. When you see Hannah, she already identifies this type of energy in you. Okay? She knows this is the energy that exists in you. But then when you see Hannah again, your energy, there is a higher chance that it will be different. Maybe okay? Listen to me first. Maybe that is how it will look like. Why? Because the emotion in motion from Hannah has an impact on your frequency. And the only man who can be tested is the man who have an idea that maintaining that frequency that exists in him is the only way. Hannah cannot test him psychologically because Hannah cannot gauge him. But now that Hannah had an impact on you because of the emotion in motion, which has an influence on your sense, and the sense has an influence on your emotions, now you react differently, and this energy isn't this. The energy that exists in you is this, but you can't see this. The only person who can sense, feel, and see this different type of energy that has changed from this to this is Hannah. For you, what you see or what you feel or what you want is your desired reality. Once Hannah is in your picture, you either try to change in a certain way or you have a specific expectation so that you can fulfill your desired reality. And this desired reality, it's just a fabricated reality in your mind, and it's not a real reality. It is an illusion. Are we done with that? When Hannah now will start ignoring you, she is using a specific energy to maintain her frequency psychologically, because her frequency is in this manner. But this frequency is not needed by the universe. So every time she thinks something is wrong, she always will want to act in a certain way to get a reaction from you, for you to confirm that her frequency is right and she needs to operate on this manner. But this is the only way to get you, enforce you, reinforce you, influence you to give her a feedback about her psychological frequency. And she knows her psychological frequency has an impact on you. That is why you have this result. But reality is, it's just her energy in motion that has an impact on you. And the guy who won't be tested psychologically by women are the men who operate on the energy of equilibrium, whereby balance of energy is done by you and you are not influenced by Hannah's emotions, Hannah's ignoring you. Rather, you understand that when Hannah ignores you, she is playing a part in maintaining your balance. Is it making sense? And being aware that a specific consciousness, a specific feeling exists, and I need to experience this feeling so that I can't be moved off center, because when I will get moved off center, I will be operating differently, which will equal to Hannah controlling me. And when Hannah will be controlling me, now Hannah will be controlling my reality. And this is just a fabricated reality that doesn't exist. Even my own reality, it is a fabricated reality that doesn't exist. Now Hannah doesn't know it's the emotion in motion that is affecting you to change and have a specific conversation response towards her. What she understands your reaction is you are weak. That is why women will analyze you in a specific manner, then psychologically they will label you as weak, because labeling you as weak confirms how she has been operating psychologically, and this maintains her frequency, because she thinks this is the frequency that needs to be operated on for her to have a man, to control a man, and to have a specific pattern. This is a coping mechanism that has allowed her to survive, but she's not surviving. Am I still complicating things? I know your one question will be, why is it that when Hannah met me, she never met me when I have this energy? Because you have your past memories, your past experiences, and meeting Hannah, there is an impact and an influence on your existence. You are experiencing something that you experienced in the past only to live in your past, but modifying it, and that is the energy that exists. So it is a modified energy. But you're not supposed to live and operate on a modified energy. You are supposed to live on a modified knowledge and reality that you think exist. The energy, it is supposed to be balanced. You're not supposed to change. What you're supposed to change is the knowledge by experiencing more. When Hannah will ignore you, you will lack this emotion in motion. You will lack this energy from Hannah. You will behave and act differently. That will be the result. And you think you are in love because of the desire that you have towards Hannah. But Hannah believes that ignoring you, it is a game. Now that you called or texted back, now you are confirming her psychological game that isn't a game. It's a game on herself. Am I delivering something? At this very moment, now that there is lack of energy from Hannah, you think that something is weird, but the reality is you just feel an empty space, and that is what exists. And any man who operates on this energy that the universe wants will not respond, will not react, but will be in this moment and feel, listen to this feeling, and realize that this is the feeling that exists. Anytime someone will live your life, will exit. This is a space and a consciousness that exists that you need to experience. When you know this, even when she ignores you, the game she thinks exists psychologically, it won't work on you, and this will equal to mental burnout from Hannah, because the game she thinks that exists, it doesn't now exist, which will again equal to, just give me a minute, losing the balance of energy that she had created. This energy that exists in her, and she is trying to use you to maintain her energy, it won't be balanced. And now she will look for another person, another guy who can fit this so that this energy can still exist. But she will never be settled. She will never be in a healthy relationship because she is trying to balance this energy. And this is what the universe doesn't want. The universe wants her to operate on a healthy energy that cares, loves, and doesn't use a psychological game on men. But she won't stop. Why? She believes that this energy that exists at first, this is the energy that exists in the real world, because that is the only way she has been surviving, since she is using her past memories to create her present reality and modify it psychologically by gaining control of men, then labeling them as weak. And now that she has a mental burnout, she will tell herself, you have a problem again. Because the reality is, she never wanted a genuine relationship from you. So when a woman never wanted a genuine relationship from you, then she ignores you, and then you ignore her again, she experiences this, but she won't come back for you. But if she wanted a serious relationship, a genuine relationship from you, when she experiences this mental burnout, she will get rid of this energy, and then she will slowly start pleasing you, which equals to living in an energy that the universe wants you to live in. You have to understand that an energy and a feeling from Hannah, okay, it is what exists, and it is a feeling. And the lack of this feeling again, it is what exists. And all these feelings her ignoring you, her not showing up, this empty space, it is a consciousness and a feeling that exists when someone is around and when someone leaves. And this consciousness, these feelings, it has nothing to do with your physical world that you think exists and her physical world that she thinks exists. It's totally different with your realities and what you think it is what is reality. And it's also totally different with her own way of perceiving reality. And what she's doing, the game that she thinks she is applying on you, it is a psychological torture game on herself when she doesn't get a result from you. She can only get a result from you when you understand this empty space as a reality. Yet it's just a fictitious and a fabricated reality that it doesn't exist, and you think it exists because you created it in your head, and she caused you create it in your head because she was using a psychological mental game on herself, not on you. But she thinks she is using on you. When you react now, the game worked on you, but she believes consistently that she is using that game on you. That's why I tell men, women, you use games on you, yet when you don't respond, this game will backfire. They will be using them against themselves, which equals to her pleasing you, because things changed. Okay, one thing you have to understand is it is an old entity. Okay, the consciousness that you experienced in the past, and then you told yourself, this lady was using a game on me, a psychological game, a mental game on me. Tell yourself that the consciousness and the game existed because I was acting off balance, and the universe was trying to push me to act on a balanced way, and it can never be balanced. I will never be free from women's mental game and psychological game until I learn to operate on a very balanced energy, and that frequency is my frequency, and it's not the frequency of Hannah and me. For you, Isaac, you think that you are in a relationship, so you have to operate in a specific manner for that relationship to work. And that is the off balance I have to provide for this relationship to be successful. So your work is to provide, and you are operating on a different lens. That is the off balance that the universe doesn't want you to act upon. Because every time you provide, the next day she will want you to provide a different thing. Because that is the thought controlling her. She's also off balance. I don't think if I'm making any sense. So are you a new member? Welcome on board.